If you're struggling to manifest the big things, the things that you truly desire, and you're doing all the things that you think you're supposed to, then you don't want to miss this video because I'm going to share the one thing that's probably missing in your manifestation routine. And shifting this one thing can change everything for you. But before we dive in, hey, I'm Jen, clinical hypnotherapist, mindset expert, and manifestation coach, and I help successful female entrepreneurs that are neurodiverse easily manifest their business to multiple six figures and beyond while actually working less hours. My clients come to me working more, and I help them to reduce their hours to 25 per week while actually scaling to multiple six figures. So if that sounds like you, then you want to follow along. So if you're wondering why you should listen to me on this topic, after shifting this one thing, I went from barely manifesting free coffees and parking spots to manifesting a multi-million dollar home, over $50,000 in unexpected cash in 1 year alone, and so much more. So if you want to uplevel your manifestations, you want to follow along. So if you've been struggling to manifest the really big things, not the parking spots and the coffees and you know what, $10 here, $20 there, those little things, you've probably got that nailed down pretty good by now. But now you're ready to step into those next level manifestations. You're ready to manifest that multiple six figure business, your dream home, that dream vacation, and so much more. But you're finding that something is feeling stuck. That every time you go to up level yourself, every time you go to step into that next level version of yourself, you're going to manifest that next level, that next big thing. Something happens to pull you back down. And it doesn't matter how many manifestation tools you use, business strategies, whatever it is, you are working your ass off to try and make these things happen. But no matter what you do, it's just not happening. And it has nothing to do with the tools or the strategies or the tactics. All of those things are just semantics. Those are just activities that you do to get to where you want. But it's not the true thing, that core thing that's holding you back right now. But the core thing that is holding you back is that you can only manifest what you feel worthy and deserving of having. And this is something a lot of manifestations coaches don't talk about. Maybe they don't know about it. Maybe they just don't want to share it. But the thing is, remember, we're an energetic match. Like attracts like. So the things that you're bringing into your world right now are an energetic match to you. And that energetic match is based off of what you feel you're worthy and deserving of receiving. So for myself, early on in my manifestation journey, I was trying so hard to bring in some amazing things into my life. And it didn't matter what I did. I tried all the manifestation routines. I took courses, I read the books, I read all the laws of attraction, the all of those different things. And I felt like I had this thing locked down tight and I was implementing like crazy, but it still didn't matter what happened. I still couldn't call in the bigger and bigger things. It was like I was stuck at this level. It's like you can only manifest up to this level, nothing else above. And I was getting frustrated. And then, if you've been following me for a while, you've heard my story about how I won 3 free hypnosis sessions, and it truly changed my life. And it did for manifestation as well. So in my first hypnosis session, I worked through not feeling worthy and deserving. And it turns out that from the age of 3 days old on, I created a belief that I wasn't worthy and deserving of success, of love, of good things in my life. So of course, when it came time to manifesting the big things, that underlying limiting belief saying you're not worthy and deserving of good things was blocking all those manifestations. So I was journaling, I was, doing the 369, I was scripting, I was meditating, I was doing all those things you're supposed to do to manifest. But because of that belief system I had, that belief that told me I'm not worthy and deserving of good things, I blocked myself. But after completing that first hypnosis session, all of a sudden manifestation started coming in. I'd said before I was blocked at the little things like a $20 here and a parking spot and the odd coffee. All of a sudden, bigger and bigger things started to come in. I started getting checks, random checks for hundreds of dollars, like literally just out of the blue. I remember one came in right before Christmas. It was like $200. It's like, oh, here's an overpayment for this association you were part of that I haven't even been a part of for like 3 or 4 years. And all of a sudden, they're sending me random checks. And that just started happening, random checks, amazing things, opportunities, business income started to grow. It was just like stacking one thing over, all because of my self worth. And that's when I started understanding that manifestation is tied to our worth. So I started working more and more on my system because our self worth is tied to all of our limiting beliefs. It's not just your worthiness belief system, that's your biggest. one and the one you should start with, but it also ties into how you feel about money and how you feel about yourself and how you feel about visibility. Are you afraid of visibility? What are your other fears? Those all tie into that self worth piece, which then ties into what you're allowed to manifest. So you're like, okay, Jen, this is wonderful, but how does this happen? So the thing is most of us aren't even aware of these limiting beliefs going on in our mind, these blocks that are actually blocking our manifestations. And that's because most of these are actually created before the age of 6. So who we are today is a result of our programs throughout our life. For many years, they talked about, oh, it's your genetics and you are who you are because of genetics. But psychology has actually studied this. And it's not so much your genetics, but actually how you were raised. So it's that nature versus nurture. And our nurture part is so well tied to our manifestation that we really need to look into that. So, our limiting beliefs, our belief systems, who we are at the core is programmed into us throughout our life. So, I had just said that, you know what, up to the age of 6 is a big portion of that. So, about 50% of our beliefs, how we see the world, how we think about the world, has been programmed into us by the age of 6, which is actually kind of scary because we have no rational thought, we have no cause and effect thinking up to that age. So, everything we see and hear and sense going on around us is literally absorbed into our brain like a sponge. So if you hear your parents arguing about money, if you hear the common phrase of money doesn't grow on trees, or that's really selfish, or who, we don't make that kind of money, you know what, rich people are evil. If you hear those things, even out of context, you're going to take that as face value. So you're going to take, oh, mom and dad fought about money. So money's something that's, what we fight about. It's hard, it's not easy to get. You have to work hard for money. And we absorb that in by the age of 6. And then between the ages of 6 and 18, we are up to about 75 to 90% of our belief systems, generally about 90%. So by the time you turn 18 and you're an adult, you're already programmed with who you're going to be. So throughout those influential times of your teen years, when your hormones are all over the place and our entire drive in our system is to fit in, to fit in, to fit in, and then we're bombarded with all these other beliefs. So all of a sudden it's like, okay, you're an adult, go out and be an adult. And that's why we struggle, because we've got all these belief systems that are going on in the background saying, oh, this is hard. You can't do this. Money is evil. We have to work hard for money. So then we go out and we work hard and we do these things and we're trying to manifest and it's not working. So what you have to do is you have to start going back and uncovering what were those belief systems I created in myself before the age of 6, before the age of 18, that are actually holding me back. Because once you uncover what those belief systems are and you remove the ones you don't want anymore, you start elevating your energy levels. You start bringing in more manifestations. And from following me, if you've watched any of my videos, I'm a proponent of hypnotherapy as the way of changing your life. Because the thing is you can do the affirmations, you can do the scripting, you can do the journaling, but it really only scratches the surface. You're only dealing with the conscious level of your brain when what's happening is below the surface in your subconscious mind. And with hypnotherapy, it is so powerful. It helps you to go into your subconscious mind, to pull out those belief systems you don't even know are there, and to remove them permanently and easily. So, like myself, going in there and uncovering that I didn't feel worthy and deserving of anything good in my life from the age of 3 days. Consciously, I had no clue that was happening, not even an idea. It floored me in that first hypnotherapy session where I uncovered that. And then it went on to show me other aspects of my life where I had further ingrained this. Because that's the thing. Once we create these limiting beliefs, once we create these programs in our subconscious mind, our mind, our conscious mind is going to work to start pointing out that evidence. So that's why it doesn't matter how many good things we see in front of us. It's like, oh, but that's showing us this is working and that's showing us, and look at this good thing. Our mind is only focusing on the thing that matches up with our belief system. So because I believed I wasn't worthy and deserving, I focused on those things. See, this job that I'm in, they treat me like garbage. They don't pay me enough. Oh, see, this relationship I'm in, he treats me like garbage. You know what? I'm not worthy of love. I'm not worthy of success. All these things mirrored back to me what I felt about myself. And our manifestations are our mirror back to us about what we feel we're worthy and deserving of. So if you truly want to shift it and you want to shift it quickly, I'm not talking about meditating for 6 months, a year, multiple years, doing the journaling, doing scripting, and hoping that it all comes together. I'm talking about true transformation, about literally sitting down for half an hour to dig into your subconscious brain, to start uncovering those stories and truly remove them at the root. And once you remove them, you've got this wonderful place open to give yourself new beliefs. So, like myself, I removed the belief that I'm not worthy and deserving of success and wealth and love and all those things. And I replaced it with the belief of you are lovable, you are worthy, you are perfect just the way you are. And you can be as successful and wealthy and abundant as you want. And when I shifted those beliefs from what I didn't want to what I did, my energy just shifted. All of a sudden, that money just started flowing in because I raised my vibration. So all of a sudden, I'm at a higher vibration. So all of a sudden, those things that had been waiting out here, those things I kept saying I wanted, well, because they're waiting out here for me to be ready, all of a sudden they start pulling in. And each time I do a hypnosis session on myself or work with one of my colleagues and raise my level even more, I start calling in more and more and more. And this has become part of my regular routine. And it has with my clients as well, because they've seen the effects of it. The more they work to remove those limiting beliefs, the more they elevate their belief in themselves, in their self worth, and know that they're worthy and deserving of more, they're just calling in more and more and more. They go from bringing in $100,000 a year in their business to 200,000 to 250 to half a million dollars each time we elevate their belief in themselves. And it gets to be that easy. It doesn't have to be a struggle. Manifestation is not a struggle. Mindset is not a struggle. It's not one of those things where you have to prove you're worthy of it. You don't have to work your ass off to be worthy of it. You don't have to work hard to be worthy of it. You truly just have to tell yourself deep down, I am worthy of that. I can have that. It's available to me. And when you wake up each morning going, I can have anything I want. Oh, yeah, that thing I want right now, that's available. It's on its way. I have no, qualms. I have no disbelief in it. I know 100% that it is on its way. And that's how easy it gets to be. So if you're ready to try and shift your energy easily and simply, then maybe it's time you give some hypnosis a try. And if you're wondering what block is actually stopping you or what limiting belief you might have that's stopping you from manifesting those big things, those big desires that you have, and to do it quickly and easily, I've got a program for you. All the information is below, and this program is going to help you easily uncover the exact limiting belief that is actually holding you back, and it's going to do it quickly and it's going to do it easily. And that's it for today's video. If you're not already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and follow along for new videos where I show you how to easily manifest more amazing things in your business and your life and to call in those multiple six-figure years with ease. I'll see you back here again in the next video.